Hello gang, Merlindon on the mic, one more time here with you. Today covering another leader of the OP09, LIM. This is a request from Ignatius. Hi Ignati, this video is for you. So today we will cover this leader. This is not a meta leader, if I may say, or not yet, because this leader gets some support on the OP10 on the new set that is coming, and it's we might see this leader also topping like 32 or even 16 in the new format. In the OP09, it's like I said, it's more like a fun leader or a locals leader. Sure, you can top your locals with this leader, but I think if you go with LIM in the regionals, for example, the best thing that you could do would be top 64 or with a little bit of luck, or also maybe 32, but yeah, it has a limit. So LIM, what does this leader do? This is a really special leader because all of your characters enter the play as rested. So someone might say, wait a minute, if I play a character and the character is rested, then the opponent can immediately on his turn attack to this character. And that's right, but LIM has also many Odyssey characters which have effects that need your characters to be rested in order for these effects to take place, to get activated. And LIM has also an activate main ability. Once per turn, you may rest 3 of your Dawn, and then you ramp 1 Dawn, rest it, and also you may play a 5 cost or lower Odyssey type character from your hand. So you ramp and you flood the board. For 3 Dawn, you play a 5 cost character, and it's not a vanilla character. So we'll see the in-depth guide that I created for you guys. But first, let's go to the list that I prepared for you. So once more, the leader, you can your characters enter the play rested. 4 life, 5k attack, activate May, you rest 3 Dawn, you ramp 1 Dawn, and you get to play for free a character cost 5 or less, but this character needs to be an Odyssey character. And this is what you see under the name of the character, like for example here with LIM Odyssey. So let's go to the cards. Sanji 4 cost, new card, not a new card from the EB01. This is a great card because it's not only a 2k, you can get this card back with let's say Sanji, we will talk about Sanji later on, for free. And if you are on 10 Dawn, let's say that you are on 10 Dawn, and you attach 1 Dawn to this character, and you play something else for 9 Dawn, then this character is a 9k character, because read what this character does. Your turn, for every 3 rested Dawn on your field, this character gains plus 1000 power. So 9 Dawn, 9000 power, plus 1 Dawn attached, 3000 power, plus 3000 power, 8k, plus 1k power, 1k from this Dawn, 9k power character. Used as Captain Kids, great cards, 8 cost, 8k. If you attach 1 Dawn to this character, then your opponent is obligated to attack this character, cannot attack anything else on your board, not even your leader, only this character. So that means that automatically your leader becomes a pseudo 8k leader. And we will also talk about the combination with Adio later on. Don Quixote, Don Flamingo, great card. You all know this card. 10 cost, 10k. You may freeze 3 rested characters, even if one of them is a leader. So it's a great finisher. Don Quixote Resonante 2k from the OP05. It's a blocker, and you can also sacrifice this card in place of another card from your field that's going to die. Adio, a new card from this set, 9 cost, 9k. On play, when you play this card and then you get 3 Dawn back. So even if it says 9 cost, this card actually costs only 6 Dawn to play because of the on-play effect. And on your opponent's attack, it is even stronger because you may rest one of your Dawn, and then one leader or character gains plus 2000 power. So imagine that you have a rested kid, your opponent is obligated to attack the kid, and you also have an Adio in play. And your opponent attacks kid, and you activate this on opponent attack. That means your opponent needs to attack kid with an attack greater than 10k. That means that your leader is a pseudo 10k leader. Whoa, which is crazy if you ask me. Usopp, also a great card, 4 cost 5k on play. If you have 2 or more rested characters, and this is what I told you before. So this deck needs your characters to be rested, so that the effects of your cards get activated. This is the whole logic behind it. So on play, if you have 2 or more rested characters, and if you play this character this turn, this is also one of the rested characters. That means that you need to have only one other rested character on your field. Then you play Usopp, he gets automatically rested. Now you have 2 characters on the field, and the on-play effect gets activated. So sum up, you need to have on your field only one rested card. You play Usopp, and now you have 2. So the on-play effect gets activated. And you just draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. This is like Sabo's effect, the blocker Sabo, I mean. So it's like a recycle from your hand. So if you have, let's say, some bricks and you don't need these bricks, you can just recycle them. Or if you search for a particular card. Sabo, 5k, 5 cost 6k, great card when attacking. Each turn it's like Sangoro. If you have 3 or more rested characters, 3 cards including this character, then you draw 1 card. So each turn you get to draw 1 card if you have, including this character, 3 characters on your board and all of them are rested. Sanji, 5 cost 6k. On KO, you may put the top or bottom card of your life into your hand. So you grab one of your life cards. So you get a free resource, and then play up to 1 cost 4 or lower character with the Odyssey or Straw Hat Crew type from your trash as rested. So when this card gets KO'd, it replaces himself with a 4 cost or later or lower. So let's say that this Sanji is dead, you may grab and play this Sanji, for example. Or you may grab and play this Don Quixote Resonante, which is also a blocker. Or you may grab and play from your trash, Lim, and you automatically play Lim. And when Lim gets played, it has also an on-play effect, so you get to draw another card. Or you can also bring Usopp back, and when you bring Usopp back, on play gets activated, so you get to recycle cards in your hand. Such a great card. Don Quixote Don Flamingo, blocker, and also end of your turn. If you have 2 or more rested characters in the play, set this character as active. 2 characters, I will tell it 1,000 times because not everyone gets that immediately, including these characters. So you have to have only one rested card to your field. You play this card will get played rested because of your leader's effect, and immediately at the end of your turn it will get active again. Don Quixote Resonante, you play this character rested, but when your opponent attacks, you can set this character active. So even if even if you play this character arrested, it gets immediately activated when your opponent attacks. So it's an active blocker, let's say. Portugas the Ace, it is a 2k, and also on play, if you have 2 or more rested characters in the play, rest up to one of your opponent costs 5 or lower characters. So it's like Usohachi's effect, let's say. And let's see, Usohachi, you know Usohachi, if you have 8 or more Dawn, you can rest up to one of your opponent's 5 cost or less. Monkey D. Luffy, if you have 2 or more rested characters, choose up to one of your opponent's cost 6 or lower characters, or up to one of your opponent's Dawn and rest it. So if you play against Bonnie, great card. Great card. You can play this card and immediately, like that, you rest the open Dawn of Bonnie. And then Bonnie cannot activate an effect. Or if you see that the opponent has, like, let's say two active Dawns, then the opponent wants to activate something with that costs 2 Dawn. You play this card and he can't activate anything. Or if you play against purple and he has 1 Dawn open, you know it's a Gam Giant, you play this card and he can't use Gam Giant anymore. Lim, your bread and butter, you need to play this, it's always good to play this card on curve because it replaces itself with another card, and also if you have 3 or more rested cards in the play, this character is set always as active at the end of your turn, so it's a really hard card to get rid of. Shanks, 9 cost, 11k, monster. And on play, you get to KO up to one of your opponent's rested characters. It doesn't say which cost, it doesn't say the attack power. This character of your opponent's just needs to be rested. A great card. So this is the deck list. You will see also other deck lists online, but I have tried on the simulator many matches, and I think this deck is really solid. It's really solid, and I really like it. So it's also fun to play. So if you don't want to play your main or your alt character and you just want to have fun, either in your locals or online, I would highly recommend this deck. Let's go to the guide again. One last time. Lim, 4 life character, 5k attack power. When you play a card, it enters the play as rested, and you can activate May once per turn. You rest 3 Dawn, and then you set you ramp 1 Dawn, and then you can also play an easy character with cost of 5 or less from your hand. So let's go to the starting hand. What do you search in this deck? We don't play the 1 cost Searcher Law as other decks, and the reason is because I played some matches and maybe I'm unlucky, but there were so many times that I just didn't hit anything. So I just played a rested character which gets also active on your next turn, and I just felt that I'm wasting a spot in my deck and also a search. So I replaced that character with something else. What I want to see in my starting hand is Lim, because like I said, it replaces itself with another card. It's a card that is which is hard to get rid of from your opponent. It has no counter, so for me it's like better when I, let's say, play these characters so that I have in my hands only characters with counter, and it's also a great starter card, let's say, for your deck. And then I search for this combination, for these two, because if I manage to establish a Rosinante before my kid, then my kid is unstoppable. Because even if I don't have the counter in my hand, I can sacrifice my Rosinante, for example, in the place of kid, and my opponent needs to throw me attacks with 8k or greater every single time. So let's see the let's see what we do with 2 Dawn, for example. With 2 Dawn you have only your Rosinante on your 3 Dawn, so this is when you start to bake your bread, you know what I mean. So these are just the starting ingredients. So on your 2 Dawn turn, if you have a Rosinante 2 cost, you play it. It's a blocker, it's a great card, and you can use it later on. On your 3 Dawn you can play your on your 3 Dawn you can use your leader's ability and play Lim for free, and ramp 1 Dawn and get 1 card from Lim for free. If you don't have Lim, with leader's ability you can play another card like Rosinante, for example, to set up a blocker, or any other card 5 cost or less. So 3 Dawn, you always use your leader's ability. Mid-range, your mid-range game is like you use your leader's ability, and with the remaining Dawns you either play a small card or you attach the Dawn to your leader and you attack. It is that simple. Your pre-finisher to control the game is your Eustace Captain Kidd, because if he comes into play, it's a defense wall for you, because your leader becomes immediately 8k leader. And your finishers are these 3 cards, and if you ask me, all of these 3 cards are awesome, because Doffy freezes 3 characters, Shanks destroys a character, and Adio costs only 6 Dawn with the on-play effect, so you get to use to play Adio and another character, or Adio and your leader's ability to play a 5 cost, so you can play 9 cost, a 5 cost, and you have a remaining open Dawn. It's such a great card, and on your opponent's turn you have a plus 2k for a battle. What's the goal of this deck? The goal of this deck is, of course, to ram as fast as possible and control until you can drop your monsters. So you use your leader's ability to ramp, you reach 9 to 10 Dawn fast, you set your defense with your Kidd, and you win against your opponent with your finishers. There are some combos on this deck, like for example Sanji on KO you grab something from your trash, 4 cost or lower, like your Sanji, like your Usopp, like your Lim, like your Rosinante, and you get to play immediately this card. So this card does not actually die, it replaces itself. Other combination, Adio gives you 3 Dawn. With 3 Dawn you can either play one of these characters, or you can use your leader's ability to play any 4 to 5 cost. Plus, you get to leave 1 Dawn open for Adio's ability. Another combo, if you have your Kidd rested and a Dawn attached there, and your Adio is on the field, then you have a 10k leader, because if you leave a Dawn active, you can activate this opponent's attack once per turn. You may rest one of your Dawn and up to one of your leader or character skin, plus 2000 power for the battle. Your defense are these 3 cards, are these 3 2Ks, also these 3 blockers, your Kidd, Doffy that rests characters, and Adio that has this on opponent's turn plus 2k power for a battle. Things that you must know on this deck. You need to read what the cards do. If you don't read the cards, you can't play this deck. Things you must know on this deck, really important: when you play a character, it counts as a rested character. Because of this, your characters enter the play as rested. So with 1 Dawn and other things that you need to know for Sanji, I also said that before, with 1 Dawn and 9 rested Dawns, by playing other cards, this card can swing 9k. These two cards, it says if you have 3 or more rested characters, you need 2 more rested characters of yours in the field, plus these, then you get the effect of this card. And all these 4, they say if you have 2 or more characters, rested characters, you need 1 more rested character on yours in the field for the effect of this card to take place. Because you have 1 on the field, you place this card rested, and now you have 2 characters. Does it make sense? It makes sense to me. Now let's go to the odd curve. If your opponent wants to start 1 Dawn, we don't have anything to play. On our 3 Dawn, we use our leader's ability to bring a Lim or another 4 to 5 cost character, but I always bring Lim if I have one on my first turn. Then we ramp 1 Dawn. So on our next turn, we are already to 6 Dawn. On our 6 Dawn turn, we use the leader's ability again to bring a 4 to 5 cost, and we either play one of these 3 cards or we swing with the rest on and our leader. At our 8 Dawn, we either play our Eustace Captain Kidd or a 5 cost and another with our leader's ability, because you have 8 Dawn, 3 Dawns costs the leader's ability, plus you can play up to 1 5 cost character. When you're at your 10 Dawn, of course you can play your Adio, your Don Quixote, Don Flamingo, and so on. Let's see the even curve. This is preferred because you also get to play a character on your first turn. This would be Don Quixote, Rosinante if you have one in your hand. Then every time in every turn you get to play your leader's ability to set a character, and you have always a remaining Dawn to attach to your leader and attack with it. So 4 Dawn, you attach 1 Dawn to your leader, you attack with your leader, and then with the 3 remaining Dawns you activate your leader's ability, you bring Lim into the game or another card, and then on your 7 on your next turn you are already on the 7 Dawn. So you use your leader's ability, you bring a 4 to 5 cost, you bring one of these cards, because 3 plus 4 equals 7. So you can use your leader's ability to bring one 5 cost or less, and then you have 4 remaining Dawns. That means that you can bring either one of these cards, or you can also attach the Dawns to your leader and attack. And then after only 2 turns, you are, or 3, because we count also the first one, on your 4th turn you are already at 10 Dawn, which is crazy. And now you can play your Kid, attach 1 Dawn and do something else. You can play your Ido, you can play your Doffy. It's great if you ask me. So without any further ado, let's go and see some games. Let's go into action. Let me also close it here and put the speed up to 2. So let's see. What happens here? So he chose to go second, so we go first here in this game. So we go first. And let's see. We attack first. Of course, we don't have anything on our first Dawn, 1 Dawn turn. He doesn't have either something. Now we play again. First we attack, he takes, and now we use our leader's ability. We ramp, and then we play Lin, so that we can also grab another character. We have a Doffy, we have a Kid, we have a Rosinante, we have 5 costs. It's just great. So he attacks us with 9 to our Lim, because he knows what this card does and how hard this card is to be removed later on, so he attached 4 Dawn to his leader and attacks our Lim. I let this card immediately go, so I don't need to invest so many Dawns for this card. And now I see I have 6 Dawn. So I attack first with my leader. He counters that. I play a Rosinante, and then for 3 Dawn, I ramp and I play for free my Sanji. Why my Sanji? Because if he kills my Sanji, I can bring back something from my trash. So Sanji replaces himself. And on our next turn, we're already at 10 Dawn. So this deck is that strong. What he does here is he plays Nami, he KOs my Sanji, and with Sanji I bring back my Lim from the trash. With Lim I bring back another Rosinante from my deck. So it's such a great deck. And then he attacks my Lim with his leader, and I was like, okay, you know what? I have so many cards in my hand, I will counter that. I don't care at all. I will keep one more body on the field. So now we attack. Excuse me, we are at 9 Dawn because we started first. Not 10 Dawn. So we attack first with, but this is also awesome. 9 Dawn is awesome because we are pretty far. We attack with our Lim, we attack with our leader, and then we play our kid. He gets played immediately rested, but we attach a Dawn because we are on 9 Dawn. And look, we also have a blocker here to defend our kid, but we don't even need the blocker. Look how many counters we have in our hand. Plus we have a Don Quixote. So he uses something to destroy our blocker. Gedatsu, exactly. He uses Gedatsu, and then he attaches all the remaining Dawn to his Nami to attack our kid. But for us, a 10k swing, we can easily defend that with only 3k. And he invested so many Dawns here to do that. He didn't attack with his leader before because of our kid. So I was like, okay, I don't have to play my Don Flamingo here. I will bring you down to 0 life, and then I can always play Doffy because I'm still healthy here with 3 life, and he has only 2 characters on the field. So I first attack with my kid. He hits a Raigo. That was a misplay, if you ask me. If I should have gone first with Lim and then with my kid. It is what it is, and I was like, okay, you know what? I will take your second life. I will leave nothing to you. And then I play a second blocker, and this blocker gets activated if your opponents attack. It's such a great blocker. So we now have enough counter. We have a blocker. He decides to KO our blocker with his Yamato in order to take back a life, but we have an 8k attacker plus our Lim. What I do here is, of course, I want to swing 11k and then 12k. So I swing 11 with kid, he takes, and I was like, okay, you know what, I will swing now 12. Even if you manage to somehow defend that, which he does, he trusts all of his cards in order to do that. But I was like, okay, I still have 3 cards, 3 life left. You know, there's no way that you can do anything to me. So he attacks first with his Yamato, and then he resigns, of course. This was the first match. Let's see another with Black-Purple Luffy, or Purple-Black Luffy, if you like it better. Let's set up the speed to dull. So in our first hand we don't have any limb, but we get to draw one because on our 1 Dawn we don't have anything to play. He chose to go second, by the way. On his 2 Dawn he doesn't play anything, so he does not have any law yet. we are on our 3 Dawn. We attack first. We use our leader's ability to bring down this Lim and ramp the Dawn. With Lim we grab our Sanji, one of the best cards of this game. Then he plays a Frankie. He does the effect because he gets 1 free Dawn back from his ability, and then he swings 6 to Lim. I counter that, there is no reason to take that. Now we are at 6 Dawn. What do we do at 6 Dawn? We attack first with Lim, with the character Lim, then we can attack with our leader. It's exactly the same game. We attack with our board, we attack with our leader, then we play a 3-cost character like Rosinante, and we use our leader ability to ramp even higher and play something with 5 cost or less for free. I play here Usopp over Sanji, and the reason is because I wanted to recycle my hand and trust me and draw maybe a useless kid, which I did. Because on our next turn we are at 9 Dawn and we can play something big. So our opponent is now at 6 Dawn and he plays the event with 2 Dawn in order to get rid of our active Lim, and then he attacks our blocker. I let that go. I don't want to invest anything yet because I don't have any 2Ks in my hand, and he leaves his blocker active because he has only 2 life. So I'm now at 9 Dawn. I attack, of course, first with my character, with Usopp. He counters that. I attack with my leader. He counters that, and then I do the play with Kid and attach on Dawn. We have 2 blockers and 2 other characters in our hand. We have a leader who has 8k life and attack, if you may, and then he plays a Sanji. And he attacks our kid with 9k. Of course, we will not let our kid go. And then we draw an Adio. This is one of the best draws here at this point, and I will show you why. Because we have already a kid. We have already managed to establish a kid on the board. So how do we play here? We attach 2 Dawns to our Usopp. Because our leader has only 2 lives. Exactly. This was my thoughts here in this game. If he had an open Dawn, I would play Ido, and then 1 blocker and Kid, and I would attack with Kid. But the thing is here, this Luffy has only 2 life, 1 blocker, and no active Dawns. No active Dawns means for me he can't play in Gum Gum Giant. So I attack with 7 with Usopp and he takes, and I like that. Then I attack with 7 with my Lim. He gives me 2 cards. I love that. Then I attack with 9 with my Kid. He gives me his blocker, and then I establish 2 blockers. So both of my Rosinantes, and I was like, okay, what are you going to do now? And if anyhow you manage to do something here, because I'm also at full life. I'm also at 4 life. He's at 1. So he plays a Luffy. He uses his ability and he tries to kill my Kid. Of course, there's no reason for me to leave this kid die. And then he can't do anything else because all of his characters have to attack my Kid. So if you have a Kid on the field, he's that strong. So again, I poke him with 7k, he takes, I attach all of the Dawns to the Kid, and of course we take the game. And let's see also a last game with Paggy. So he chose here to go first, we go second. We are now on our even curve, so you get also to see the even curve. What he does is he plays his searcher, his Mr. 3 on our 2 dawn. We don't have anything to play, so we pass. On his 3 dawn turn, he plays his Mr. 3, excuse me. He attaches the 2 dawn to his leader and he attacks us with 7k. We take, because we don't want to spend too many cards here. But we also need to keep in mind that he might have a putting. I don't know what this guy plays, so I attach here 1 dawn. This is how you play when you have when you are on your even curve. You attach 1 dawn, you attack, you play your leader's ability, you play your lean, you grab another card, and you keep going. So he tries to KO my lean. Of course, I defend my limb by countering here. Then he plays a Mr. 1. And he passes. Now we get to do exactly the same. Here we have 7 cards, so it's like okay, let's see what we can do. I attach 1 dawn to my leader, and he takes. Then of course leader's ability, we play a free character, and then with the remaining 3 dawns we play our Rosinante. This is how perfect is when you play with Lini. So you get to use Lim's ability and spam the board with 5 costs every single turn, and you have also dawns to play other characters. So he tries to kill my blocker, I will not let him. He tries to kill my Sanji, I will not let him. I have enough counter, I have enough characters here to block. Now I play my kid. I still have 1 dawn left, so I attack him with all of my characters next, except the blocker, of course. And I get him to 3 life. He has still many cards on his hand, and now I think at this point he plays a 10 cost Baggy and he bottom decks my kid. But of course that costs to do. Then he attacks my Sanji. I sacrifice my blocker because I checked my trust and I didn't have any 4 costs or less, so I was like, okay, you know what, I will first sacrifice a blocker, a 3 cost, so that I can bring this blocker back if I need to. And then at my turn I attack with Lim. With my character Lim, I attack with all of my characters because I have 10 dawn. And then I play my Ido. With Ido I bring back 3 dawns. And I play my Lim in order to grab another card. And I end my turn. Of course, both of my limbs get active, so you have always buddies. And here is how strong this card is. For example, on your opponent's turn, what I first do is I sacrifice a card because I want to keep this this card action, but I use it now if I remember correctly. Right? Exactly. I use it now and then I defend myself with Ido's ability, and now I have a full board of characters. I still have my dawns. I have another Captain Kid in my hand. I have blockers in my hand. I have still 3 life, so it looks pretty good. I attach 2 dawn to my limb. I attack him. He defends that. I attach then 2 dawn to my Ido and I attack his blocker. And I managed to KO it. Then I attach 1 dawn to Lim and I attack his Mr. 1. I tried to get some cards of his hand at this moment. Then again with 6 to his Mr. 1, I tried to get as many cards as possible, and then both of my Lins get activated. He can't do anything about them, and I play another blocker. He uses a Borsalino to bottom deck a blocker, and now he has 3 Dawn left and 3 attacks. First, he attacks me with 7 to 6, and I let that go in order to bring back a blocker. Then he attacks my blocker. And I was like, okay, I will let you have it. Then he attacks one more time, and unfortunately I don't have the counter. Now we're at 2 life, he's at 3 life. He has more characters, but he has only 3 cards. We managed to bring him at only 3 cards now. And I was like, okay, if I establish a kid, so the big kid that wants to anything, because he has big characters. So what I want here is to bring you down on your life, and I hit him twice here. He takes both of the hits, and then I managed to establish a Don Quixote Don Flamingo, which comes also rested because of his effect, and then he starts attacking me. And I was like, okay, I will let you have the first one, and now you have 2 more attacks. And he does not attack here because he knew that if he attacked with his Borsalino that he played on his last turn and his Kaido, I would just take the life. And of course then I attack him with Lim, 10k, he takes. I attack him with 11 with my Doffy, and it's just 11, and we get to win this match as well. So guys, this was the guide for Lim, for this leader. Like I said, it's a fun leader to play. Try it out. Tell me what you liked in our deck list, what you didn't like. Let me show you the deck list one more time. This is the deck list that I created. Tell me what you like, tell me what you didn't like or what you don't like, what you would do differently. Like the video if you liked what you saw. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it. Also, if you have any other requests for videos and such to make. Thank you all for watching. Peace guys. Bye.